There are basically four match types that you'll come across in Google Ads. And four match types are exact match, phrase match, modified broad match, and broad match. And when we go into our campaign and look at our ad groups, we can see different match types depending on which ones obviously you're using and which ones you actually have in your campaign. So in this ad group, for example, I have exact match for Google AdWords help. So exact match has got brackets around it, so it matches to exact searches or very close variant of that. And then we've got phrase match. Phrase match, as you can see here, has the quotation marks around the keyword. As you can see, AdWords Expert. And then the third one is AdWords Expert with plus signs before any words that you think are really relevant and should match in the search terms themselves. So this is modified broad match. Now the fourth one is broad match, and that one basically doesn't have any of these um, features like quotation marks or um, brackets, as in that case, or plus signs before them. It's basically just having the keyword as it would just appear. So if I was to remove the brackets like that, that would be a broad match. And broad match keywords tend to bring a wide range of searches, so you need to be careful with those. Many times you don't want to start with broad match when you're launching your campaign. You probably want to start with exact match, phrase match, and modified broad match, and that will control the type of searches that you get. It's important to remember that there's a difference between keywords and search terms. Keywords is what you put into your AdWords account, and the search term is what somebody actually searches, which triggers the ad. When the keywords and the search terms match, the next ad is going to show, and you control that matching with these match types. The quotation marks for phrase match, the brackets for exact match, and the plus sign before every word. Now, the point to know about modified broad match, the AdWords system just recognizes it as broad match, so it's not going to show you modified broad match. In fact, when you look at your AdWords account, it shows you only three because it classifies modified broad match as broad match. But really, it is different from broad match, and it's important to know that. So the plus sign basically is telling the system that any searches that trigger the ad should have these two words in them. So AdWords Expert, those two words should be in the search term to trigger the ad. Now, if I had AdWords Expert Help, just as it is without the plus sign, which means this word help is not really important. So it can trigger any ad, it can trigger your ads with any search term that has got these two. Help is not really important. If I say, if I put help in it, all the search terms should have all three words in them for the ads to be triggered. So that's really something important and to realize. That sort of controls the flow of traffic that you get. Now, if you were to remove the plus sign, basically your ads are going to appear for a wide range of searches, some which are not even really relevant, which is why you want negative keywords, and that's something else we're going to discuss. So this is broad match as it is, and it triggers a wide range of searches. Modified broad match, on the other hand, the order of the words doesn't really matter. The order of the search terms, it can be expert AdWords, or it can be a close variant like ad expert in some cases, as long as the AdWords system has determined that that's exactly what the person is looking for. So very close variants of your words will appear. For your phrase match, the search term should have these two words in it, and in this exact order. So if it was expert AdWords, it wouldn't trigger the ad. And it can have the word after the closing quotation mark or before. It should always be in that order. And with exact match, I mean, it's explained. It's the words should the search terms should be exactly in this order, and this is how they should appear. Those variants will show, for example, if you have something maybe singular or plural, it will trigger it as long as it just doesn't change the meaning. So those, it's important to know that only targets exact matches search terms as it is. So that's how you control your searches. Those are the different match types that you have. It's important to start with exact match, then go into phrase match, then modify broad match, and then finally broad match as you are adding your negative keyword. If you come into your search terms report, you can see the actual searches as they appear. So this search term AdWords expert is triggered the ad because the match type is exact, and there you have it. That's the keyword that triggered it. So I changed the column to actually add keyword in this table. You can always change that in here if you wanted, just to see. The default will not bring up the keyword um, section. So you would normally want to modify columns and then come in here and change it for yourself, or you can remove it if you wanted. As you can see, I've selected it so it appears there. So that's how it would come up. So you can go through these and just check them out and see if they really match what you have in your campaign.